This whole video will show you how to create a simple exam on Synap. The first thing you'll need to create an exam is a user group. This is the group of users that will be sitting the exam. Created one here. The second thing you'll need is a quiz, so a set of questions for those users to answer during the exam. I've created one of those here. Create the exam and bring the group of users and those questions together. Go to the Exams tab here and click Set Exam. You will need to name the exam and select the user group which will take the exam. You will then need to select the questions that those users will answer during the exam. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will create a static exam where every candidate receives an identical set of questions. You can also create dynamic exams based on tags and filter rules. You can select the settings for the exam, including how long the user has to take the exam, whether the questions are shuffled, and whether the user can use the calculator. You can enable grades to give pass marks and boundaries. Once you've enabled grades, you can also issue certificates and resits. You can also customize the results page to change what the user sees once they've completed the exam. You can also change how you release the results to the users, whether that's automatically or whether you will need to mark them first. On the access page, you can change whether the user will receive an email regarding the exam details as soon as they are added to the exam user group, or as soon as the exam is scheduled, or whether they will not receive that email. If you select to hide the exam, they will not see this exam on their list of upcoming exams. This is recommended if you are proctoring the exam. The schedule page is where you set the first open time and the close time. Please note this is not how long the exam is or how long the user has to complete the exam once started. It is the period in which the user can start the exam. So if we set the exam window to open at 4 p.m. and close at 4:30 p.m, users will only be able to start the exam between these two times. You can also add instructions for the exam, which the users will see before they start. As you schedule the exam, you cannot make further changes to the exam. At the moment, because there are no users in this user group, the users list is blank. If we go to the user group and add a user, and return to the exam users list, we will now see that an attempt has been created for that user, and the status of that attempt is shown here. We can then send the user an email to notify them of this exam, including a link to complete the exam once the window opens, and their status is now changed to notified.